You out there, guys? Okay, so I'm gonna do another reflection on yesterday's game. Obviously, I've said everything I wanted to say about how I was feeling about the game yesterday. I know I did a bit of a rant on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I know I said it was Ollie out. I think let's just talk about this. So, apparently, there's rumours that Ollie could be hours from the sack, maybe. And there's potential rumours like Zidane, Conte, Ten Hag as well. And for me, I think I just think at this moment in time, we've just got to really look at ourselves after that game yesterday. And I just want to reflect on some quotes that people say. Yesterday, Harry Maguire said we weren't good enough. Okay, right. Good enough. We should be better than good enough. Good enough. What is good enough? We should be better than good enough. We're Manchester United. Manchester City are more than good enough. Liverpool are more than good enough. Chelsea, more than good enough. We can't be good enough. We've got to be more than good enough. Way more good enough. And the fact is, he says, we weren't good enough. I don't know if I'm saying that I'm taking it literally, but I don't really like it when people say that after you've been thumped. And you've put in a dreadful performance. That is, for me, we have to say it wasn't good at all. It wasn't good at all. There was no aspect of that game that was good. Like Daniel Farke said it the other day about Norwich, saying we weren't good enough to play. We didn't play good enough. You weren't good at all. There was no aspect of where you were good. Now, I don't want to have a go at Norwich, but I just don't understand why managers say that. And Ollie says, we've come too far. How have you come too far at the biggest football club in the world when you just lose semi-finals? I know you did really well last year, and I backed you at the start of the season. I made a point and I said, Ollie is the wrong guy for me. And then he proved me wrong for a while. Yeah, okay, we didn't win out, which is annoying. We should have won the Europa League, I think. I think we should have done a lot better, but we didn't. That's over. This year, I think, we lost games that we should easily be winning. If Sir Alex Ferguson was in charge, yeah, I know he has lost quite badly against teams before, but not consistently. He'd always managed to get a right result. Like the Young Boys result. We should have won that. We should have won, Ten Hag's Ajax thumped Dortmund. And there's us losing to Young Boys. And, yeah, we've lost to Aston Villa. They're a decent side, but I still think we should be beating them. Arsenal beat them the other night. They were quite comfortable. Chelsea, yeah, I thought Villa did play well in that game, but Chelsea still managed to dispatch them. But yeah, our team, we're not a team. We're a group of individuals, and we're just a team that scraps for results by counter-attacking, soaking up all the pressure and counter-attack. That's the only tactic Ollie's got. And yeah, I really hope the players I made a motivational speech. They should be motivated anyway. There just didn't seem to be any organisation, especially when he's playing McFred. I think when you're playing Liverpool, our fullbacks decided to press high. He wanted us to be on the front foot. We weren't on the front foot from the start. We conceded in 5 minutes. And it just got worse and worse from then on. The Pogba sending off, I didn't really think. I thought yellow card was appropriate. I don't think it was necessary for it to be upgraded to a red. I didn't think it was that severe, but I don't know. That's irrelevant, really. It's not why we lost, because the game had already gone. But, yeah, I don't know. I think if Conte came in, because people say that Pogba's got a horrid attitude, you know, and if he wants to stay at United, I think Conte would be the right man, because he hates players with bad attitudes. And I think he would sort him out, and I think he would absolutely work his socks off. I think he'd be fearful of Conte. And the thing is, yesterday when he was walking off, he didn't even look that bothered that he got sent off. He didn't. I mean, I don't know if he was surprised or whatever, but he didn't even look that arsed. You know, and it's just sad, the position we find ourselves in. I really hope we can turn it round. You know, I hope we get a new manager, and I hope we can turn it around. I'm sure we've said this plenty of times. The Glazers, I despise the Glazers. I despise them. I hate them. They are disgusting, money-grabbing thieves. They tried to put us in the Super League, and I'll never forgive them for that. Never. Regardless of what they did with Ronaldo. They only did that just to shut us up, and now we're back in that same position again. And then we're going to talk, and then something will happen again, and then again, and it just doesn't change. It just does not change. And I'd love a takeover. Honestly, I want us to be taken over by real people who know what they're doing, football people, not business people. Ed Woodward's going. I'm glad about that. But what I'm not happy about is that those Glazers are still there. I heard some things about them selling the shares or something. That kind of gives me like a indication maybe that they're selling the club. I'm not a business person. I don't know how that works, but the fact that they're selling the shares might be because they might be selling the club. But I don't want to be bought by an American. I don't want us to be bought by an American. Because they don't know how to run a football club. All right, I know there's Liverpool, and I know there's John W. Henry. I don't know if the Liverpool fans have forgiven him. I don't. You know, that's to be decided. But yeah, I think for me, all his time is done, I'm afraid. I mean, yeah, we just didn't show anything. I don't think the players are playing for him, you know. We're one of the lowest running teams in the Premier League. I think we're the worst running team in the Premier League. And that is bad. That you know, and they look confused, they look baffled, they look disorganised, they look like they're just there for the fun of it. You know, they just look like they're there, just getting by. And I just think, you know, they're just there to play the game and just do whatever. Because I think the players have given up on him. You're a club legend. You've done really, really well. You've made this team into a team full of potential, but you're not elite. I'm afraid, Ollie. You're not elite. The thing is, I want to point out, this reminds me a lot of when Pochettino left the club, left Tottenham. And Pochettino, for me, Pochettino, you know, was... sorry, I was just reading something. Maurizio Pochettino got Tottenham to a Champions League final. They lost that final. And then the following season, Spurs just slumped. And that reminds me a lot of United, because let's look at Tottenham's season. So 2014-15, they reached the Capital One Cup final, the League Cup final. They lost that final. Then in 2015-16, they missed out on the title to Leicester. 2016-17, they missed out on the title to Chelsea. 2017-18, they got knocked out of the FA Cup semi-finals. 2018-19, they reached the Champions League final. They lost that final. So, and look at Ollie's situations in cup competitions. So 2018-19, weren't there for that long, so I won't judge him on that. His first full season, out of the semi-final in the FA Cup, out of the semi-final in the Europa League. 2020-2021, out of the Champions League group stage, which is shocking. Losing the Europa League final, getting knocked out of the FA Cup in the quarterfinals, been knocked out in the League Cup semi-finals, and so they've had sort of similar careers, you know. But Ole, I mean, Pochettino is a much better manager than Ole, I have to say. You know, I think everybody knows that for a fact. And that's not me trying to be disrespectful. That's just me being honest. And I think, you know, when your team folds like a pack of cards, it's that sort of situation, you know. I just think sorry, someone messaged me. It's just really, really baffling at the moment, you know. I just want to see a positive future. I just want to see us. I don't expect us to be dominant again. That's never going to happen again. I accept that. But why can't we be on that same page as Liverpool, Chelsea, City? Why? It's because of the owners. The owners don't know how to run a club. They're business people, not football people. I know Liverpool are owned by an American. Arsenal are owned by an American in Stan Kroenke. But even they seem to be doing all right now. Even Arsenal, and they're at level on points with us now, which is quite disturbing. Our standards have dropped so much. They have. And going back on that Tottenham thing, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you know, and Pochettino, comparing them. So they said, like, right, Pochettino, you've become a great manager. You've got the players playing really well. You've got the best out of these players. Now it's time to bring somebody else in to try and take them to that further level. And you know, I thought you know, Man United could step it up a little bit, but they didn't. I think you know, Jose Mourinho did come in. It failed miserably. But he did get them to a League Cup final. He got sacked 6 days before it, and Ryan Mason took charge of that final. Again, what else, you know? And I think that's what Manchester United should do. I know we've had world-class managers in the past. We have Van Gaal. It didn't work because he has this obsession with passing the ball backwards. Jose Mourinho was never the right fit for Manchester United. Before, I was positive about it because of what he's done in his career, and he manages to win things. The same has happened again with Mourinho. With a new manager, apparently Antonio Conte, hearing from a source from Fabrizio Romano, apparently Antonio Conte wants reassurances before he takes the job. So yeah, it's it's hard. It's difficult. We've got people who we have got people who invest and they bought the players. That's because they wanted us to shut up about the Super League and forget about it. Which is wrong. You know, but the business people, I think, you know, they can make people forget. And the Glazers out, basically. I just can't stand them. I just think, you know, players play well for their countries, but they don't play well for United. Pogba, sensational for France. Fred, sensational for Brazil. I just don't get it. Why can't we get things right? Why can these owners not get anything right? Because they employ the wrong people and they lower our standards. It's pretty shameful, really. I just wish we were ran better as a club. I just do. I know there's a lot of clubs down there who might be, you know, in the lower leagues who will be struggling financially, wanting their owners out, really, you know, struggling and could be potentially gone out of existence. I get it. You know, it's horrible to potentially be on the verge of losing your club. But I really hope that there is light at the end of the tunnel. I've had a bit of a stinker start to the day. I was trying to buy myself a drink to perk me up today. My card declined twice, although I did have money in my account. And I got declined at like 2 shops. I went to my normal shop that I go to. It said cash only, and I didn't have any cash on me. I went to the cash machine, obviously, and then I got declined by a one-stop shop. I got declined by B&M, and then I went to Morrison's, and and I had a good chat with the United. I don't think he's a United fan, but he's a football fan. Who were talking to me about. I think Sir Alex Ferguson pokes his nose in a bit, you know, and you know gets involved too much. Even though he is the greatest manager that there has ever been. But yeah, things are not looking good at Old Trafford. Hopefully things do change and we can get a new gaffer in, somebody who will fire a rocket up these players. Conte for me is the man for that, and I do think, and I really hope that we get a win against Tottenham. We haven't won since we beat West Ham in the league. That is appalling. We haven't won any English competition, any game in any English competition since we beat West Ham away 2-1, and that feels like ages ago. And we could have drawn that. We could have done. And you know, we could have only had 2 wins this season. You know, but De Gea made a save, and that's the end of it. Look, it's been a very long review. It's been a big long reflection. Thank you guys for watching this video. This is Brad the Lad. I hope you all have a fantastic week. Subscribe to T-Boys TV. He's a fantastic YouTuber and a new friend of mine. It's his birthday today, so please send him a lot of love and a lot of great birthday messages. Thank you guys for watching this video. This is Brad the Lad. See you in a bit.